I just gathered some bones from my ground traps, and I had enough to make quite a bit of porcelain. I really need to move those ground traps over here, to be honest. Now is probably a good time, because they're empty. I really should bring them. I'll do that in a little bit. For now, let's start off strong by making a porcelain melter. Or 4. Or actually, more than 1 porcelain melter. I believe I have enough stuff to make 7. Pretty easily. Oh wait, no, not quite 7, because I don't just need the controller, I also need the structure, right? Which is, what is it called? The porcelain tank, right? So, not quite 7. I also need to make this. I do need some lava. Well, actually, let me see how many I can make. Let me first make this tank. I need some glass. Now might be a good time for me to already invest in a little bit of Botania, because I can much more easily make glass with sand using a pure daisy. And a pure daisy is pretty easy to make. I just need an oxide daisy, which spawns in plains biomes, so I need to go exploring a little. I need some mana, which spawns out in the world, and I can pick it up with a bucket. And I need to make a healing salve, which I can do pretty easily. I just need to find some dandelions. Look at me, investing in magic so early in the pack. I'm a changed man. No, I'm not. I'm not really. Still traumatized. Now I'm going to pour out this dirt because I don't really need it. And I'm going to go find some mana, some dandelions, and of course the oxide daisies. I will be right back. I don't know how this guy got into this situation, and I don't know if I should be the one to help him. You've heard of sword in the stone, but sheep in a stone? Here are some dandelions, some oxide daisies. Very easy to find these actually. They spawn in plains biomes. I'm not even in a plains biome, I'm in a meadow, so they also spawn in meadows. I'm gonna get a couple of these actually. Might make more than 1 pure daisy while I'm at it. And it was right next to the void portal actually, so super easy to find. I just still need to find some mana out in the world, but I think that shouldn't be too difficult because I can find it on the map. I even remember seeing some actually. I think like somewhere here when I crossed the astral sorcery structure I saw some, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'll find some. I just need to quickly run home and get some more buckets. Easily found. Right here. I am basically just down the hill from home. And you can sort of see the difference between water and mana pools on the map. The mana pools are just slightly lighter shaded. It's pretty hard to tell the difference, to be honest, especially if you're zoomed out. But I managed to find some. Let's get 4 buckets to start. Just in time too, it's almost nighttime. I need to head home. Look at this cow. Now that's a cow. So here we are with 7 healing salves. They don't stack. Alright, that's fine. With these healing salves and the mana clay buckets, I can make some oxide daisies. I can make 4 for now. Or sorry, I said oxide daisies. I meant pure daisies. These pure daisies can go outside. I need to do a little bit of terraforming. Just a little bit. And with these oxide daisies and my, where is it? Formation wand, I can very easily place a bunch of sand in front of the pure daisies. And in fact, I could even place a bunch more sand on top. It's a little messy at the moment. I need to make a cleaner area to actually do this, but this will do for now. And the reason I'm doing this is because sand, of course, obeys gravity. And once this is converted to glass and I break it all, the next layer of sand will drop down and start being converted into glass as well. So it's just a little bit of a automation, I guess you can call it, sort of, not really. Now, if I make a glass cutter, once I have iron, I can just pick up the glass blocks, but I don't have iron right now, so I'm just going to break the glass. That gives me glass shards, which I can convert back into glass. And now finally with the glass and some porcelain, I can make a porcelain tank. In fact, I think I can make 2. And then I can make 2 porcelain melters as well. This of course needs a bit of lava, so Philosopher's Stone, clay bucket, ow. lava. And here we go. 2 porcelain melters. Actually 3. I could probably make a 4th one pretty soon once I get some porcelain. These ones, yeah, I'm already running out of space, of course. For now, I'll just put these here, I think. Put the tanks on top. Or the tanks below. The tanks might be below. Yeah, the tank goes below, which is kind of counterintuitive. Well, maybe not. So now I've got 2 porcelain melters, 2 tanks. Lava goes into these tanks, so I need to get some more lava. I would love to get an iron bucket right about now. Let me see if any of these quest rewards gives me an iron bucket. Food, bandage. Ooh. Food's nice. Bandage is nice as well. Has a durability too. It's not just single use. That's good. Some more food. Ah, a blank cast and a redstone clock. That's pretty nice for automating one of these porcelain melters. I could maybe automate multiple if I can find some redstone dust. A black lotus from finding the mana. Also a stainless steel drum and a mana seer monocle. I don't know what the mana seer monocle actually does. I'll put it on, I guess. Black lotus is some Botania thing. I don't remember what it does. I'm just going to put it away for now. Stainless steel drum is just a fluid storage tank, basically. Put that here for now. And some mystical white petals. Unlucky. No free bucket. That's fine. Can pretty easily make a bucket because I have iron ore right here. A bucket is just some iron plates in the basic work table, after all. And iron plates are the same as GTNH, and I think the same as all Craigtech, question mark. 2 iron ingots and a hammer. And a hammer is just some ingots and a stick. Pretty easily done. The hammer is also not consumed. It has durability, which is good. My only question is, how do I pour stuff out? I think I need to make a faucet. Yeah, okay, I need to make an unfired faucet with some unfired porcelain, so I shouldn't have cooked at all. I need to get some more. I'm also going to need a porcelain casting table, but I think I can make this because I have some extra bricks. Or not, I don't think I do. Okay, I need more porcelain, is the point. And as for the ingot cast, luckily I can chisel from a blank cast to any type of cast. So an ingot cast is very easy to make. I'm going to have to set up my ground traps again. I did bring them here. So I'm going to do a little bit more terraforming here because this little mound of dirt and possibly stone underneath is kind of in the way. Just a bit. So I'm going to dig this up. I'm going to do a little bit of work here to make this more easily traversable. Oh, look. This is one of the ones I was talking about. The whips. Work in progress. Still in progress, I see. I just made some crying obsidian to set my spawn point, just in case I die, because beds are disabled. So this is how I set my spawn point. It's currently nighttime, but let's risk it. I have finished setting up the ground traps. This was a bad idea. I should go back in. But yeah, these are up and running again. My porcelain melter has also been in action. I've melted up a whole 12 ingots of iron. I've made my first unfired faucet. I don't have enough porcelain to make a second one. I also still need to make the casting basins and casting tables. But once that's done, we can actually get into some Craigtech. I do have to go mining, of course, and for that, I'm going to need the Jackhammer. And the Jackhammer, which I mentioned before, is a quest reward that you get from this quest. So I also need to quickly bang these out. And then I think we can begin some actual Craigtech properly. First of all, I need a hammer. But before even that, I really need to make a bucket. Actually, wait. I think to make a bucket, I need a hammer. So I guess I'm knocking out 2 birds with 1 stone right now, but I need to wait for daytime so I can run back to the void portal, through my portal, of course, my teleporter. And I need to get some more bones. Oh wait, my ground traps are here. I don't need to go back. I just need to wait for daytime, wait for these mobs to despawn or die. And then I'll be able to continue. The sounds of daytime. I'm gonna make a sword. It looks enchanted because it comes with fire aspect too, which is pretty nice. Ow, that hurts. Good thing I got a bandage. This guy's somehow stuck in the wall. Oh, he's here. Actually, I do need to quickly head back to the Void World so I can smelt my porcelain, because making a clay oven in here and setting a fire is probably not the best idea. This should be done very quickly though. And I'm back with the faucet and the casting table. I also have my ingot casts ready to go. I don't have enough porcelain for a second casting table or for a second tank and faucet, but I'll get some. Now let's get to pouring. In fact, wasn't I given a redstone clock just a minute ago? Here it is. Let's put this on. Nice, the first iron. Now this can be automated. I just need a hopper and I need to place it underneath the casting table. But I really need to do a proper base expansion pretty soon. And in all honesty, I don't have a plan. So I need to kind of walk around this area a bit more. I think that'll happen as I'm looking for ores, and I'll get a better feel for what this mountain is really like and how to build on it. And then I'll come back with something cool and futuristic and not like this. I'm gonna build in my usual style. No, wait, no, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to try something different. I'm gonna have to think about it. I wanted to try something pretty different, something very wood heavy. Though honestly, I kind of want to merge it with my usual HamCorp style, so I'm gonna try some kind of fusion style. I don't know, I have some ideas, but I need to see what the land is like before I can really put things into motion. Anyway, the first thing I'm going to make with these iron ingots is a hammer. As soon as I have enough. Like so. Get a few crushed ores as a reward, which in turn actually completes the next quest, which is nice. And that gives me some impure dust, which doesn't complete the next quest. But I just need some impure dust that could be turned into iron ingots. And I've been given some crushed ore, so I'm just gonna quickly bash this up into impure piles of iron dust. That completes this quest, giving me a little bit of wrought iron, which is nice. And finally, to finish off here, I need to make a cauldron and some clean iron dust of any type. Cauldron needs a bit of wrought iron. I only have 4. I'm gonna need 7 times 2, so 14. And wrought iron is made from wrought iron nuggets. So I need to take iron nuggets, re-smelt them into wrought iron nuggets, and then combine them back into wrought iron ingots. But I don't see how to do that now. Ah, here it is. So that is the normal way you do it, but I think this is the way I'm supposed to be doing it. So if I throw some iron ingots into a fire, which is, that's gonna be weird to do, but that gets me wrought iron ingots through an item burning craft. So I do have this iron here. I really want to make the bucket. I think that's the first thing I'm going to make. And then I'm also going to smelt up some more iron ore, get some more ingots, burn them into wrought iron, and then I can make the cauldron, clean my impure iron dust, and get my jackhammer at long last. Alright, I have enough iron for a bucket, which is nice. So, hammer, iron ingots, gets me iron plates, and these iron plates get turned into a bucket. And now it's much easier for me to pick up this obsidian. Much, much easier. Except it burns a little. That's fine though. Okay, I did set up the quick little automation. I have some whoppers here, another whopper here for the input, and I have this whopper feeding into this whopper feeding into this chest. So this is where the iron goes. I have enough now to make 14 wrought iron, which I'm going to do promptly. And this is going to feel so weird to do, but I'm going to chuck this in the fire. Or not. I said I'm going to chuck this in the fire. And here we go. Wrought iron. 14 wrought iron ingots. Let's quickly turn this into a cauldron by first turning them into plates, and then once more into a cauldron. I could actually do this right here, but no, I'm gonna go back and do it at home. Now, I've just now noticed that I'm not able to sprint because I have slowness and weakness too. Can you guess why? Ice. Too cold to handle. Unbelievable. I guess that makes some sense, but like, Anyway, let's set up this cauldron right here for now. And wash this iron dust. And that completes the quest, which means I get some extra ingots and a jackhammer. Now, let me quickly show you how this jackhammer works. It's pretty crazy, if I remember correctly. So here's my copper vein, right? If I remember correctly, I need to go down quite a bit indeed. And here I am. And now, rev up your engines, boys. Okay, it's not as crazy as I remember it, but it's pretty good. It's like basically an Instamine for stone, but not for ore. Still, pretty good. Pretty good. And the nice thing about this jackhammer is it has mending, which means every time I gain XP, it repairs the jackhammer just a little bit. And I think this is why I was so crazy about the lotus blossoms, because that's pretty much how I repaired this tool. I'm like remembering this now. That was the whole point. So I am going to need a pretty massive field of lotus blossoms, and I'm going to work on that along with more mining that I will do between episodes and maybe a little bit on the episode based on whether or not I've found the ore vein already. But yeah, this is quite a bit better than a pickaxe.